Okay guys, I come to you today with the new Brutal and Cunning Kill Team box set. I never really thought of myself as a review channel. I didn't think I was ever really going to do reviews on stuff, but I did one on the starter set for Kill Team and that video did really well, and then I did one on the starter set for the new Lord of the Rings and then that did really well. So clearly there's a space out there on the YouTube for people who are curious and are hoping to get a little bit more information about these sets before they obviously decide to purchase them. So obviously if that's the case, people are hungry for them and they want me to make more of them, I will continue to do that to make you guys happy, and obviously I'm going to deal with today's Brutal and Cunning. My videos on all these kind of stuff, my review videos, always remember that these sets are all sent to me for free by Games Workshop, but there is no way, shape or form any contractual information. I don't have to say anything specific or be nice about them or anything like that. So I genuinely am very excited about these products. If I'm not excited about a product, it tends to be left in a pile, not get built and just be abandoned. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at these videos. So obviously I'm going to give a very down-to-earth idea of what these are. There's no like crazy panning shots or nothing like that. I'm just going to say what I see, what I feel about it, why I think it was done that way, why I think it would be good for you to get or not get, and so on and so forth. So hopefully that's something that will be interesting to you guys. Before I get into it though, I just want to say a huge thank you to all of my active patrons. Without you guys I could not continue doing what I'm doing, so from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much for all your continued support. If you're interested in helping support the channel grow to bigger heights, there are links to that down below in the description. Access to a private Discord server where you can talk to me about your hobby on a daily basis and get involved in all the different activities and events we do over there. It's just one of the reasons. And then also you get an extra video every single week just for you guys. So if that sounds like something that'll interest you, please do check it out. Okay, without further ado, let's dive in and have a proper look at Brutal and Cunning. Okay, so this is the Brutal and Cunning set from Kill Team. It is obviously the newest set out for Kill Team for Warhammer 40,000. It's kind of an unusual one. There's two very interesting gangs. There's not a lot of scenery. And it's obviously one of the smaller boxes compared to like Hivestorm, and Hivestorm came with quite a lot of scenery. I do have Hivestorm on the table for a reason, and I will get to that reason in a little bit. These two sets are actually connected in a small way, and I want to talk about that because I don't believe they've talked about it yet before and any of the articles or anything. So if you have this set and you're going to get this set, you're going to be happy with one little detail. It's going to be kind of cool. But if you don't have this set, you can't really get it anymore. It's still on the website, but it's obviously quite expensive, so I don't know whether you're going to go bother doing it for this tiny detail, but you never know. Some people are like that. So let's jump into what Brutal and Cunning is. So Brutal and Cunning contains two different gangs. Brutal and Cunning being the key word, Brutal being the Orks, Cunning being the Rattling Snipers. So you do get the Ork kill team, which is beautiful. It is the second kill team that Orks have received. The first one gave us the Kommandos, and then this one we finally have new plastic tank Kommandos. Like, we've been waiting for tank busters for Orks for quite a long time, and I'm very pleased with the result that we have gotten from them. Obviously I'm actually currently working on, will this focus at all? It would be nice if it did, but this is obviously the knob boss for the Ork team with his rock hammer and his rocket pistol. They're absolutely stunning, so I'm so delighted to finally have these guys. This is actually one of my favorites. He's quite subtle, but I really like him. Nice open pose, hand down, but he's gonna come and smash you up. So yeah, really quite a big fan of this gang. Obviously it's a lot smaller than some other gangs. Even the Commando kill team was a full 10 strong, including Squigs, so you got like 12 models. Whereas these guys are 6 strong and 2 Squigs, 2 bomb Squigs. So it's one of the smaller gangs, kind of like the Necrons and stuff like that. But for Orks, obviously they're quite elite, so maybe that makes sense. I'm not 100% sure. Although if it was 10 Orks versus 10 Ratlings, the poor Ratlings wouldn't have a very good day. But yeah, so beautiful models, super happy with them. Super happy that we finally have them released for general like Ork armies to get new plastic tank busters. So they're awesome, big 10 out of 10 for me. Love this guy. So obviously he's firing his rocket pack over but one of his rockets is obviously firing off his back as well, which is just so cool. These are going to be great models to paint. And of course we have the Cunning part of the Brutal and Cunning, which is the Ratlings. Even though this is so many more models, look how much smaller like space they take up. Obviously they've got a whole host of specialists. You know, you've got Spotters, guy with grappling hook, the guy who's the kind of Vox hacker, the Mutt, which is of course the best miniature that exists inside this box set. He is glorious. Of course it won't focus. It never likes to focus unless I'm like holding it up in front of it. He is amazing. His purpose is to distribute ammo and stuff and be a sentry. So he's not exactly designed for frontline combat. You don't want this guy running up and trying to bite the ankle of an orc, because unfortunately he would probably get stomped on. So he is a little alert dog, and obviously will deliver ammo and stuff to other guys. So he's a true hero. Another big important one for me is the one with the big shot. So obviously he has the anti-tank rifle, which I think will be quite useful for trying to stop a burly orc. Beautiful model in total with the extra bit of scenery on the base that he's kind of crouched behind. So obviously he's got his mug of coffee and a sandwich on the power pack there, keeping it warm. I love him very much. And like I said, they're all so characterful. This is the boss. Another absolutely stunning sculpt. And will be a joy to paint. Obviously these guys are sculpted in exactly the same manner as these guys, which are the provisionally prepared vignette model that came out a couple of weeks ago. And Games Workshop have promised us, although this is just a vignette, it's not really meant to be played, they are going to give us a specific mission to use this in a game of Kill Team as part of the Brutal and Cunning box set. So I'm very excited for that, and I have it all painted up and stuff, so very excited to add that in and play that mission and have some fun with it. Obviously the two teams against each other, they seem kind of bizarre. I'm not really sure whether they're the best match for each other. And the reason I say that is, like, if these guys get to these guys, they're dead. So the job is of these guys to stop these. So it's kind of like all or nothing. If the orcs get across the board, the Ratlings are going to get smashed. If the Ratlings shoot down these guys, then obviously they're not going to get anywhere. So I don't know whether the game will be very dynamic. It'll be like one or the other as to who wins. But obviously I haven't tried the game just yet for this box set, so maybe I'm totally wrong. I do plan on playing it this Sunday, which is the day after I'm releasing this video. I'll be trying it for the first time. So I'll tell you a little bit more about how that game goes when I do the painting videos for these, and let you know if I was right or wrong on that. Now obviously these guys are all long range specialists. There is one in there with a knife. It's kind of the veteran or something. I don't know what they're called though. Apparently some sort of close combat-y specialist. Do I think that's a good idea? No! I don't think any Ratling should run up and try and fight an orc. But to assist them in having to fight people like this, they have allowed you to take Ogrins in with your warband. So, depending on your points and whatever you want to build, building some Ogrins into the list as some heavy support, suddenly an orc doesn't quite seem as menacing when there's an Ogrin there to back up his little buddy. So apparently the story goes that some Ratlings have raised some Ogrins from birth, so they look at them more as like a father figure. So imagine an orc trying to mess with an Ogrin, an Ogrin's daddy, and then of course the Ogrin's going to knock him out. So very cool. I do like that dynamic, the way they've looked outside the box for a few extra details. That's kind of cool. I'm very curious to know the price. This is the thing, like Games Workshop very kindly sent me this set, but they don't give us like listings on prices or anything, so I'm not 100% sure how that works just yet. I don't know whether this is super worth it or not, because it's not a big box. You do get two beautiful gangs, but the scenery is obviously quite lacking. It is very nice scenery, but it is quite lacking. I mean, I don't know how we're going to get a table's worth of terrain out of there. Like, the whole idea is it's supposed to be some sort of crazy like bunker defense game or whatever. It's a compound siege. So this is a kill zone upgrade. An expansion to Killzone Vulcus. What the hell is Killzone Vulcus? Wait, what am I missing here? So this is a different type of... Okay, so here, see, this is what I mean. We're learning together, people. This isn't a specific Kill Team box set, although like it's Kill Team Hivestorm, it's Kill Team Brutal and Cunning. So they've specifically stated that this is not a kill zone, it's a kill zone upgrade. What is Killzone Vulcus? I'm gonna go away for a second and have a little bit of a look into what that is so I can come back and tell you properly. Okay, I did not know that the kill zone inside of the Hivestorm box set was called Vulcus. So it is directly supposed to be an upgrade for this, which makes a hell of a lot more sense. So that makes sense. And I'll explain why it's an upgrade for that in a moment. So like I said, you get these really cool walls. Now these walls are awesome in one way, like obviously they're very beautifully designed, all full of bullet holes and cracked and wrecked. But obviously we have tank busters and the Ratlings are going to be defending these walls. So these walls have these awesome destructible components. So sections of the walls can literally get blown out. Where's the other ones? Can't even see it. Look, there you go. Where's the other one? Over here. So I really like that kind of interactive gameplay. We got it originally with some of the Gallowdark walls. You blow out sections of them. I think that can make for a very interesting gameplay. It's just a lot of fun. So in that sense, I really like this. Like I said, I'm very much happier now that I know that it's supposed to be an upgrade. And with the upgrade in mind, let's hope it's a little bit cheaper, because it's not a full hive zone. It's just an expansion for a hive zone. I'm praying for that. Let's find out how much the price is. Obviously these sets are like 180. So if this was around like the 100 mark, I think I'd be happy. 2 gangs and a little few walls. I'd be happy with 100. If it's any more than that, I'd be a little bit dubious. I'm going to talk a little bit about why these two sets go together now. Is that in the instruction booklet for these, so here's the wall section, and if you see those extra columns there next to the boxes, so those extra columns are actually extra components that you glue onto these walls. So there they are there. So the idea is, see them on the side of this building too, the smaller ones? So what these allow these buildings to do is to have the wall sections sit flush against them and form a single scenery piece. So that way you can incorporate both of these two scenery kits together. So I'm going to go away now and set that up and show you what it might look like as a single kill zone. Okay, when you do include both of the sets, you do indeed get a defensible compound style structure, which obviously plays into the series of missions that come with Brutal and Cunning. And as you can see, it does really suit the Ratlings to have their little extra base defense bit. One of the cool things that I like about this is they've given you these crates, and you know, they give you crates in so many other box sets and stuff, and they're usually just a little bit of extra kind of flashy terrain to throw around. Not in this case. In this case, they're specifically talked about in the instruction booklet as being fire steps. Because obviously, like if you have this window here with a Rattling, it's like, oh, go have a look out.
What's happening out there?
Shall I describe it to you? Or would you like me to find you a box?
If you notice that this Rattling is firing out of his pulpit very nicely, his little bunker here, that's because he is standing on a fire step, or a box if you will. So they've designed these boxes that they are the perfect height for a Rattling to stand on and actually get to peer out and fire at the enemy, because true line of sight is a thing in Kill Team. Now if they didn't include those, they wouldn't be able to defend the fortress, because you know, Legolas would be out trying to find them a box. But I think this as a setup looks really cool. Like, that's really awesome. I like that quite a lot. I would be interested to play a game of Kill Team with that. You have the orcs on their advance up to the walls. They're going to blast a bunch of holes in the walls and try and break in. You've got the booby traps set up from the grenadier halfling at the side, who's going to try and slow down the orcs' advance. So I love this. Treating it as an upgrade set for this set really does make a lot of sense. Some people are just going to buy it for the gangs, obviously, and that's why I'm kind of hopeful that it's a reasonable price. If you do have both sets, I think you're going to have a really good time and you're going to enjoy yourself. I, for one, would have gotten this set even if I hadn't gotten this set, because I really wanted those orcs, and I'm a huge guard player, so the Ratlings for me are a no-brainer. Honestly, this is the first time I've set up all the walls to match in with the building, so I do quite like I said, those upgrade bits to make those things sit flush. Like if they didn't exist, it would be sat like this, look. And it just, like, I like that somebody thought about it just a little bit. And they went, you know what, let's just add in that little extra bit. So it sits flush and it looks like a defensible position. Unfortunately, the wall has fallen down over here. I'm hoping that when they've left these just a little bit loose on purpose, so that when they're being sprayed and painted, then they're going to be tight fits and they're not going to fall out all the time. I love having the anti-tank guy obviously up in the highest position, firing down. Probably taking shots at some of the more important orc guys to get rid of them, but Brutal and Cunning, for me, gets a thumbs up. I quite like it. Now that I know that it's an expansion, like I said, I think it's good for everyone involved. So I'd love to know what you guys think of this set. Will you be picking it up today? Do you think it's going to sell out really fast as per usual? Which gang are you most excited about? There's obviously two very distinct gangs in there, and people are going to want them for two very distinct reasons. But like I said, I'm going to be playing this whole set out on Sunday, so if you guys are curious to know how those games went, please do let me know in the comments below as well, and I will take some notes. And I'll give you a little bit of a report. But as it currently stands, I'm liking it quite a lot. Okay guys, and that was the Brutal and Cunning box set. As you've seen, I kind of learned a bit about this set as I went through the process. Do you guys think I should sit down and do more research, or do you like more off the cuff stuff of me figuring this out as I go along? I can do either or. Just do let me know in the comments below which one you like the kind of style of more. Because originally I didn't know this was specifically an expansion to the Hive Storm scenery set. I thought it added on to it, but I didn't think it was designed for that. So we learned that piece of information together, and we do link both the sets together. You do get this epic compound, which is quite cool to play on. So I'm looking forward to giving it a try tomorrow, which is Sunday. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If it did, make sure you do those 3 small tiny things which you should do for all videos you enjoy from all of your creators, which is give the video a like, ask any questions if you have them in the comments below, don't be shy, and then make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Those 3 things cost you absolutely nothing and mean the world of difference to us as creators. If you want to take it a step further and support the channel, like I said, Patreon is the best way to do that. The more people that sign up to Patreon, the less I am bound by the YouTube algorithm and the more kind of crazy extra projects that I can do. Okay guys, thank you so much for sticking around at the end of this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I will be doing a bunch of independent videos for Brutal and Cunning, so I'll be showing you how to paint the Ratlings, the orcs, the scenery. All of that will be done in a separate video. Don't be worrying about that. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.